Hi, Parenting Anywhere friends. This is Miss Evie again, and I just love this Christmas season. I have a really exciting activity that I'd like to share with you that will help keep the meaning of Christmas and Jesus' birth in the life of your family. I started this when my girls were little. My youngest daughter loved to play with our nativity set, and I didn't love for her to play with our nativity set. As a matter of fact, one year I found that a wise man had somehow lost its head and had been reattached with chewing gum by the time I found it the following year. So we would battle back and forth. I would have it arranged a certain way, and my younger daughter would come and she would move the pieces around a certain way. And so we kind of battled back and forth for a while. And finally I decided, instead of fighting that, why not make it into something productive? So I got the idea to have her select one of the pieces of the nativity set and bring it to supper. And then the girls would take turns doing that each night. And it was really interesting. We would invite that nativity character and set it in the middle of our table while we had dinner. And then we would talk about the role that that character had in the actual Christmas story. I asked that they saved baby Jesus for last, but they could pick whatever other order that they wanted to. And as they got older, we got deeper into conversation about the different characters in the nativity and what they meant and how they were essential to the birth of Jesus and to our salvation. I think as the girls got older too, they would try to stump me by bringing the donkey or the lamb. And one thing, when we talked about the night that they would bring the donkey, we would talk about the significance of what donkeys were in the day of Jesus. Their job was to carry loads of things as well as people. And then, like I said, as the girls grew older, when we talked about donkeys, we would bring up, okay, where else in the Bible have you ever heard of stories of donkeys? And they were really excited to learn that there's actually a story in the Old Testament about a donkey that could talk. Pretty cool, huh? And then when we would take the shepherd, when the girls were little, we would talk about, the shepherds being out in the Christmas story in the fields, keeping watch over their flocks, and the angels appeared to them. But then as they got older, we would bring in the analogy that Jesus used himself as being our good shepherd and how we were like the sheep. And then, you can expand that and talk about other instances of shepherds in the Bible and throughout time. So it's just a really cool way to focus on Christmas and on the Christmas story, and then also to expand and grow with your family and your children as they grow. So it was a lot of fun for us, and I encourage you to begin it now, regardless of the age of your children, and just have it be something that you carry on. I'm looking forward to getting it going with my grandchildren. But in order to make it a little more organized and a little easier for you, I have put together, with the help of YouTube on Google Slides, I have found different short little videos about each one of the characters. And so for each different character, there is a slideshow. And you can download it on the link that I will provide along with this video. And click on it. There will be an explanation page that kind of explains the idea behind how to do this. And then there will be 10 different slideshows for 10 different days. I'm calling it Be Our Guest because we're going to have the Nativity be our guest at dinner. And then Countdown to Christmas. So you can do this the 10 days prior to Christmas, or you can just kind of do it maybe twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or whenever your family sits down together, just in a regular way. There's really no wrong way to do it. You could even talk about it at dinner time and then go into detail later, at bedtime. But there is one or more videos about the character. There are songs that help you get into the Christmas spirit. There's an optional craft that you can do on one of the slides. And then there's an extension also that can kind of lead you more in depth if your children are older and you want to go a little bit deeper. So there are 10 different slides, like I said, that we have Mary and Joseph and the wise men and sheep and donkeys and camels. And then I just encourage you to say baby Jesus to be the very last one, because the anticipation and leading up to it all leads up to Jesus, and it's all about him. So I hope you're as excited as I am about this activity. Hope you will enjoy it as much as my family has over the years. And I would love your feedback and any additional extensions or ways that you've used this as you are going through this. I would love to hear from you and add to that, because this can be a tradition that you do year after year that can really help you grow in your faith and help your children learn more and more about Christmas, about Jesus. And it's also an awesome way to spend family time together, honoring Jesus and doing what God loves his families to do. So let me know how it goes. I hope you enjoy it, and Merry Christmas.